Hey.
Okay, now I can
Haha.
see me, but I can't see. So,
There you are.
there you are.
There you are. I
Jeez
see
Louise,
ya.
man. I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't remember why the hell we met.
Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world. Hey guys, Phil here. You're about to hear another episode with Kenny and I. We're going to talk about a couple of small businesses that we have been working with. We wanted to just stop and say thank you for a minute. We have got more listeners and more subscribers than we ever thought we would already. And we want to thank you for your support, and we hope you keep listening. And we'd love it if you just shared us with your group of friends and your influencers as well. If you love what we do, please definitely share us and subscribe and encourage others to do that as well. We'd love to be able to reach as many folks as possible. The other thing we'd like to do is we'd like to hear from you. So we've got quite a few listeners already. If you have opinions on either topics that you want to hear about or things that you're working on that you think Kenny and I can help with, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you and get a sense of what you're working on and how we can help. You can reach us at This Commerce Life on Twitter, and you can also reach us at thiscommercelife@gmail.com. All right, enough about us. Thanks for listening. On to the show. Hey, there you are.
That stupid laptop. Honestly, like you think that, what was by now? You think we'd have this figured out. I can't stand this.
We'll get
it's
it, man.
Skype. It's 1,000,000 years old.
We'll get it. One of these days.
You know what? I tell you, what's really embarrassing? Honestly, we should be embarrassed. It's not new technology. This is old. My mom and dad use it.
Yeah, I know.
I had to do it on the. I'm doing it on the iPhone now, on the iPad. I couldn't get the.
No.
I don't know how to get the laptop to work.
The laptop.
And how's the week?
It's been interesting. I had some fun with. I had one brand show up. She's so little. She's really cute. They do great business. She says to me, "How do I get into Shoppers Drug Mart?" I said, Why do you want to go to Shoppers Drug Mart? She goes, "Well, I want the business, but I want to be an artisan, and I want to do this. So I want to try and minimize the number of products I put into Shoppers." So it's like, you can't.
The logic on that doesn't work. Like, what is she going to do? She's going to just throw one thing in Shoppers and say,
Yeah. So I asked her. So I was like, "Listen, so how many things do you make?" She goes, "Well, I do about 40 a week." I go, "So
40 a week?"
Yeah, I go.
She can't even do one on Yonge Street.
I know. I was like, "Listen, I know one Shoppers Drug Mart that might take you, just one." And she's, "Oh no, I want to get into the whole chain." I go, "Look, you can't afford it, and you can't make that many. And if you want to stay artisan,
does she understand there's 1,400 stores?
I know, but you're artisan. Why are you going to Shoppers Drug Mart? It's not. It's the opposite of where you want to go. I just.
Wow, that's not even.
No.
That's not even in the same world.
Completely disconnected from reality.
It's funny you have that. I had one this week too. Really nice lady. Actually, I really liked her. She was a really, really nice lady. She's in her mid-60s. Has been doing this sort of artisan vinegars for years, right?
Yeah.
And I think she does. I shouldn't say that. I think she struggles with it, but the concept's cool. The product's nice. The packaging is horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific, right? Distribution is limited. She's got good relationships with food service, specifically chefs, etc.
Okay.
But I mean, she needs a complete overhaul and a complete redo of everything. And it was the same thing. She goes, "Well, these guys want to bring me into airports, and there's 27 stores." I'm thinking, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
So who's your market? Well, Asians would be good. I said, well, what are you going to, with these airports? There's one airport in Canada. I said, you can go to Vancouver. I said, that's very bad to say, but I said, you go Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary. I said, what are you going to put it in Regina? Winnipeg,
no, Saskatoon has a
Montreal,
really nice
Edmonton,
airport.
I said, you got 3 airports.
Yeah.
I said, what are you going to do with this? And then she goes,
Yeah.
well, another guy said he can get me into like, hundreds of stores. I said, yeah, but not the way you are now.
No.
And like, I mean, honestly, how bad it got. We got to the end of it, and then I said, really, you probably should just call it a day. Right? You might really just want to take a look at this. Do you really want to do this? And do you really want to sink any more money into this project?
Yeah.
Or is it time to say, you know what?
Has she been doing it a long time?
At least 10 years.
Wow. Is she making money at it?
I think she's sunk more money into than she'll ever pull out of it, ever. Do you know what I mean? But it's one of those ones, and again, you get, I told her this. I said, you want a classic example of a bad consultant? I said, this is the guy who's going to tell you to shut it down so he doesn't get any billings.
Yeah.
I said, but I said, you can't. I think you really got to think about closing this one down. I said, I don't see how you're going to do it. You're priced wrong.
Yeah. Your market.
You're telling me that it's a market. I mean, I said it's
Yeah.
bad enough. Like if you're talking, vinegar in general is small.
Yeah.
Balsamic is small. A glaze is small. And then when you get into like these niche peach, or pear, or I mean, wow, like you're really ringing on Small's doorbell. I felt bad for her. And I shouldn't say I felt bad for her. She's a very, very bright woman. She's no stupid.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing. She's super intelligent, really, really nice. But I think she just needed something. Like I said, and she goes, well, my accountant's telling me the same. I said, my dear, listen.
But can you
I don't
lose
know
for
much about
10
your
years,
business,
though? Like, 10 years is a long time to lose money, right?
I think 6 months is a long time to lose money. I mean, I understand it can take you a year or two to get going.
Yeah.
But I think after 10 years, you've got to, and she said, well, I'll change the packaging. I said, I get that. But, you could be talking another 25, 30 grand just in fooling around with this.
Yeah.
Then I said, then what? You want to get into, a traditional grocer? I said, listing fees, program fees, distribution issues. I said, you could be spending another 200 grand.
She also doesn't have any equity there, right? Like all her equities in chefs and things like that. So like retail.
And the packaging had it on the back, and I thought, I told her, she goes, well, what about the chefs? I said, who are these people? I said, seriously, I said, I could phone a buddy. They used you. I said, I could phone a buddy in Toronto. He can rattle off a bunch of chefs' names to me. I said, I watch a lot of Food Channel. I know Batali. I know Zakarian. I said, but I don't know the local chefs in Toronto, nor do I give a shit. But why would I care about the ones in Vancouver even?
Yeah, and it's not like that, right? Like you could have a famous chef, but if they're not an influencer, they don't have a crowd that's got a following.
Exactly. Who cares?
You're done, right? So they're going to use it in their kitchen, and nobody will ever know about it, right? Like it's.
Well, and I told her that. It doesn't make any sense. She got a great restaurant in Whistler. I said, but
okay, that's one.
Exactly. I said that's great, but it's not a pedestrian restaurant. Yeah. And I said, I know that's not what you're shooting for, but man, you're small on like you're just niching down to 6 people before you know it.
Yeah.
There's no market.
Yeah. It's
that's funny. Just you had a very similar one to me. It's just I don't know. I just kind of thought, wow, I'm not getting you.
That's an interesting. So if you're an entrepreneur, how long is too long to lose money? Like you said it, and like I said, 10 years was too long, and you said, look, 6 months is a long time.
Depends how much money it is. It depends what you're sinking it in. Yeah. Is it house equity, or is it, let's say you had $100,000 inheritance.
Yeah.
Right, and your choices were stock market, bank, or you said, you know what, I'm never going to get this money again. This is like a once in a lifetime, and I really want to try. Okay, try.
Yeah.
But once you get to the 100 grand, I don't know. You want to start taking, taking mortgages out.
Ugh.
Like you really got. I mean, if you're going to do that, like man, you really got to be committed. Like you really got to be into this, and like you better know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Because now you're jeopardizing. You
gotta hustle. You gotta. Oh my gosh.
Buddy.
Like that gives me anxiety. That gives me the heartburn right in the middle, right? Because you're just burning cash.
Well, I think I was getting anxiety because I'm looking at her, and the point of sitting with me was to try to help her, and I'm thinking.
The only thing you can tell her is to shut it down.
Well,
but you are helping her, right? Like, because you can't lose money for that long.
No, sooner or later, I think you got to bite the bullet and make a decision. Is this really Does this make sense at all?
Yeah.
I honestly think in this situation, I think she really should. She should just shut it down. I really do. If she really wants to do it on a small scale, and I said if you really have a passion for the food service and the restaurants, then you know what, make enough that you get to go visit these people and have some fun with it, and
Yeah.
maybe you do a farmer's market or
Yeah.
um,
I mean,
what do you call it, like the fruit stands in
yeah.
the Okanagan. And if you want to do that,
Yeah.
light it up. But please
Yeah.
don't make this your livelihood anymore.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
you could make it'd be a great hobby, right? To be able to do
make it a
this
great
and,
hobby.
yeah.
Exactly.
Go to
Exactly.
food fairs, maybe win a couple of ribbons at it, that sort of thing, right? Like,
And
it'd be
enjoy it
fun.
and talk to
Yeah,
people
it'd
and
be really
share
cool.
recipes, or
Yeah.
I said, why don't you maybe even consider doing a like a YouTube thing and maybe showing me how to make vinegar, or how would I use this,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
why this is so exciting. I said, but quite frankly, to keep bottling this at a loss, I'm at a loss. I don't know why. I don't know
Yeah.
how. I don't know why you would continue to do it.
10
I felt bad
years.
for her. I shouldn't say
Yeah.
feel bad for her. She's not. She's no dummy. She knew exactly, and I think she probably got to me because her accountant told her very similar, except he was all in the true finances because I don't know him.
Yeah.
Mine was more even from the other side saying, listen, I don't think there's a market here for this. It's this large enough for you to make this a go. But
Yikes. Yikes.
it happens, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I do feel a little bit. I feel okay because at least hopefully we've stopped her from
Yeah.
bleeding
Yeah.
any more money out of the house. I don't think it's worth it. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's one of those things, right? Like, I think that's like what gets you and I very excited and crazy all at the same time, is because you look at some of these guys and they're brilliant makers, right? Like this lady, she's a brilliant maker, but
awesome.
oh, like the commercial side just isn't there, right? Like you gotta find the right balance, otherwise it's no good. Like it just doesn't work.
Well, again, unless you're going to do
Yeah.
what you said, if it's a hobby
Yeah.
and you really want to have some fun, or like the
Yeah.
food fairs, and that's your gig, sure,
Yeah.
light it up. I think
Yeah.
that's fantastic. But yeah, get off the business train, because an idea doesn't a business make,
It's
right?
true.
It's
It's
not.
true.
It's,
Oh
yeah, it's just
man.
the way it is. But
All right, that's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.